Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
Yeah, so I saw one of those big command vehicles. I was wondering why they cost so much. And I guess that there was an incident in Metro Detroit where was a person was um, I don't know. Oh, maybe it was the issue at the hospital where they brought in. No, it wasn't in Detroit. No, Corwell. Was it Corwell? Corwell. Troy. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Madam Chair, I think they also brought one of the vehicles to Southwest Detroit when they had the water main break.
Oh, did they? Okay. Because when I'm going, how
Not sure if it was for fire, but it was they do have a mobile unit that I have seen before in different places.
I said, how much money does that car cost? Then I realized, and then when I saw it, I realized how impressive it is. So we now are we're having one. Has it been built yet, or are they still working on it? Who's here from the Sheriff's Department?
Actually, it's not Sheriff, it's Wayne County Homeland Security.
Oh, okay. So it's not, okay. Let kind of run us through this.
With the status of this?
Yes.
Okay, it's still in the process of manufacturing.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, Director Jafer is on the way heading to you. And he just called me to let you know that he's gonna be just a few moments late, and he'll be in.
Okay. So, and this is being built.
Yeah, it's actually, it was being in the process of built to someone else, but that someone else canceled the order, but it was already a year or two from, or actually less than a year from delivering it, but they canceled. So we had it budgeted to acquire a new command post, but when the people Hellfire and communication, the manufacturer actually came in here showing us this being in the process. We were, excuse me, this is Director Jeffers calling me right now.
Okay.
May I have the permission to answer him?
Well, absolutely.
No, thank you so much. Yeah.
It will terminate upon the county's acceptance of the vehicle payment in full. $1,420,000. I bet you that is.
Sorry for this. I'm back. Okay, so when the manufacturer came to visit us, show us the new command post being ordered, they told us about this being in process, being manufactured right now. But there was a difference actually between both of them. The one that we are having right now is kind of bigger, taller, and has more options in it. But since it wasn't built to the way we want it, so we had to commit a trip down there to modify some stuff in it. And now the planning delivery to us is in June of this year.
Which one is it?
This one being in process right now.
No, I'm looking at a photo that Commissioner Wilson gave me of Frontline Communications.
Correct.
And I'm looking at there's about 4 different vehicles. So I asked him which one we were getting. He goes, I don't know.
The Frontline model number is C45X.
No, they don't have that on here. They just, No, but it's an impressive looking vehicle. I can see why it costs $1.4 million.
Oh, yeah.
The
original budget was for $1.2 million, but since this one is bigger, and has more options. That's why the cost went up to $1.4 million.
And where will it be housed? Where will you keep that vehicle?
We have a warehouse located on Northland Road in Southgate
Mhm.
that is thermal controlled, and there where we keep all of our vehicles.
Hmm. Okay. Commissioner. Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So you said something about, have you already gone to look at it and get trained on it, or is that coming?
Yes, Director Jafer and Deputy Director Serda went down to Florida, to Clearwater, Florida, back in January of this year, and they looked into that, or actually in November of last year, and they looked into it. They told the manufacturer what they need to modify before going ahead and agree on this.
Mhm. So, and these funds are coming from where?
It's coming actually from Clearwater, Florida, all the way
No,
to
no, the
Huntsville.
funds to pay for it.
Oh, to pay. Well, we already budgeted $1.2 million into our command, actually general fund, and the remaining are going to be covered by general fund as well.
Okay. So general funds will pay for this,
Correct.
huh?
Ahmed has to give his name. Ahmed needs to say his name for the record.
Oh, whose name?
Ahmed, the guy who's been.
Oh, yeah. Can you please give us your name for the record?
Oh, Ahmad Nasser. I'm the finance manager at Homeland Security.
Okay. Do you want him to spell your name? Spell his name? Okay.
Oh, you want me to spell it?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other comments or questions? So we've already come up with $1.2 million.
Yes, the budget was already set up for $1.2 million, and there should be another budget adjustment to add funds to this same business unit, and it's currently in the process. It's gonna reach out to you soon.
Okay. All right. If there are no other comments or questions, we can, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion, Madam Chair.
Okay. Properly moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Allen Wilson. Okay. And if there are no questions on it, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, the motion passes. Next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a subrecipient agreement with the Detroit Crime Commission to support the Wayne County Prosecutor's Sexual Assault Kit Task Force.
Tony, are you here?
Good morning, Madam Chair. I hope everyone can hear me
Yes.
very well. What you have before you is a subrecipient agreement between Wayne County and the Detroit Crime Commission in the amount of $238,977.
Mhm.
This is unencumbered money. There's no county match required. So we have the full 238,000 to work with. This money supports the prosecutor's sexual assault kit task force through the Enough Said partnership. The Detroit Crime Commission has served as the fiscal agent for this particular grant since the inception of the program. And it's indicated, but the commission should be aware, and the committee should be aware, that there's a 7.5% administrative fee that's taken off the top and paid to the Crime Commission. The term of the agreement is from October 1st of 2024 through September 30th of 2026, or until the monies run out and all payments are made. I'm happy to answer any other questions. The revenue is going into account 22,908.
Mhm. Are there any questions on this item? Okay. Can I have a motion on it?
Make a motion, Madam Chair.
Support. Support.
We're probably moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Dobb. If there are no questions on the motion, please, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Next item.
Thank you much.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a retroactive memorandum of understanding with Fair Michigan for the prosecutor to appoint 1 attorney, 1 investigator, and 1 victim advocate to the Fair Michigan Justice Project.
Okay, Tony, you still there?
I'm here, Madam Chair.
You want to speak on this one?
I would. This was unprecedented when the prosecutor first brought this forth. Originally, it was $80,000 provided by the county specifically for crimes, to target crimes against LGBTQ people. Program was very successful at the outset, but prosecutor was able to have the county provide $150,000 to be able to appoint 1 assistant prosecutor, 1 investigator, and 1 victim advocate to the project. Unfortunately, because it was unprecedented, and when I say unprecedented, this is not a typical grant. This is actually money that's been allocated and coming to the recipients through the county. And that frankly created problems. When it was raised from 80,000 to 150,000, there were many, many questions that needed to be answered. That's the reason for this being retroactive and delayed. Fair Michigan has been bearing all of these costs throughout all this time and not been paid or reimbursed by us. Therefore, the matter is brought forth to the committee and to the commission asking for your approval. The funds for this are coming from account 92501, non-departmental, and John Wallace has been authorized to sign a budget adjustment to provide the funds for payment. The memorandum of understanding itself was drafted by County Corp Counsel. It has been reviewed. Nothing has been violated. It's all exactly as what was intended. And again, this is to fund those positions, an assistant prosecutor, an investigator, and a victim advocate, specifically targeting crimes against LGBTQ individuals.
Now, Tony, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
What funds are we using for this? Are they
This is
general funds?
It's coming from non-departmental account 92501. I believe that's general counsel funds.
General funds.
That's I meant to say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm told that. Yes, I'm told that they are general funds.
Yes.
Okay. But the
Sorry
prosecutor,
about
she gets so many grants until, I just assume that it would be that this one would be a grant also, but this is fine. Any questions on this item?
We would
Okay.
like to put this one to bed and then come back to you with another request at a later date and time.
Okay.
Commissioner Dobb.
Huh?
Commissioner Dobb is.
Oh,
By the way,
Commissioner
Madam Chair, I
Dodd.
apologize for being by Zoom, but I
That's
was
okay.
just completed a Western Wayne County Police Chiefs meeting.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Again, if there are any questions, I'll answer them.
You kind of just answered my question, but so this is for 2023, 24. When
Correct.
will the MOU for 24, 25 be submitted?
I suspect we'll have it completed in the next couple months because we have to have it drafted by Corp Counsel rather than us drafting it in-house. That way, there's a fresh set of eyes on it. But
Okay.
I'm expecting about 60 days to get a new memo.
Okay,
I hope that answers the question, Commissioner.
yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions on this item?
I'd like to move to approve this
Okay.
item.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Dobb, supported by Commissioner Clemente. There are no questions on the motion. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Next item.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. May I be excused? The rest
Yes,
of the rest of the agenda does not apply to the prosecutor's office.
Okay, you may be excused.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you all for your patience.
Okay,
Have a great day.
you too, Tony. Next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of a 1-year grant award with the Michigan State Police Office of Highway Safety Planning for the Highway Safety Grant to cover overtime and associated charges for traffic enforcement.
Renita,
Good morning, Commissioners.
good morning.
Benita Terry, Director of Administration for Wayne County Sheriff's Office. Madam Chair, we bring before you a request to receive the Michigan State Police Highway Safety Grant in the amount of $64,915.25 that will run from October 1st, 2024 through September 30th, 2025. Although it started last year in 2024, we have yet to receive any funds because we haven't written any tickets until this grant is approved.
Okay, so is this a pass-through?
No, this is revenue that comes to the
Comes
sheriff's
directly
office.
to the sheriff's department?
Yes, with no match,
Oh, with no county match?
no county match.
Okay, and 1-year grant award, state police. And you say you have not spent any of it yet?
No, because we have yet to accept it until it's approved by commission. But this will be the amount.
Okay, all right. Any questions on this grant? We're always happy to receive grants, especially with no county match.
Exactly.
Okay, any questions? Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just had a quick question about what type of enforcement is there any type of specific enforcement this will be targeting for this grant?
Seatbelts, distracted drivers eating while driving, putting on makeup, anything that causes distractions,
Hmm,
and the seatbelts as well.
Got it. Thank you.
okay. Sure, Commissioner.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. So this requires overtime for the officers to sort of patrol in excess of their normal
Yes.
hours.
Yes, and I have my grant director online. She could answer questions more in
Oh, okay.
detail for you, Director Banks Hall.
Sure,
So is this this for the road patrol, right?
Road Patrol, yes.
Okay.
okay. Your director's online?
Yes.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Good morning, everyone. Yes, the officers that are assigned that participate in this grant, do it on overtime. It is a distracted driving grant where they're looking for different types of enforcement. So each month, the state determines what they want to enforce. I do know that they just announced that April, May, and June will be a heavy enforcement as we head into the summer months. So seatbelts, cell phones, things of that nature, those types of tickets will all fall under this grant award.
Okay, yeah, just a quick inquiry. So that takes overtime opportunity.
Yes. Most of the law enforcement agencies throughout the
Is
state,
correct?
yes.
Overtime for the officers that are patrolling and looking for these
Can you hear me?
specific. I'm just
it's
curious.
overtime.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're
Can't hear you, but thank you. I
Your
can imagine
connection
what
is
you're saying, but
breaking up.
thank you.
You guys can't hear me?
Not well.
Okay.
Okay,
You see what I can adjust it else, but yes. I'll write it in the chat.
okay. All right, thank you.
Okay. You're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was wondering 8 hours versus 12 versus 18. I mean, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions on this item?
Make a motion to approve, Madam Chair.
Okay. Support.
Report. Oh, go ahead.
Properly moved by Commissioner Garza. Who supported that?
Dob, it's fine.
Commissioner Dobbs supported it. No questions. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next item.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance for the fiscal year 2024 State Criminal Alien Assistance Program.
Okay. Renita?
So this grant is for our office with no county match required, and it's to house basically criminal immigrants. For aliens, it's the State Criminal Alien Assistance Program in the amount of $76,953. And that is, again, revenue with no county match.
Now, can you go into what we mean by alien? I kind of think that it's just a term that
It is.
A terrible term.
that just kind of
What?
hits me the wrong way.
Right. So, again, I don't know if Director Banks Hall, if you're going to be able to hear it well.
Can you
but
can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Is that better?
a little.
Okay. This is the term that the federal government has just given for this grant as it relates to undocumented immigrants. So it's their term.
Mhm.
It's just how they have just identified this grant. But the funds is a reimbursement back to law enforcement agencies for any undocumented people that are in the jail who have at least a felony or misdemeanor. So that is
These are inmates that we're supposed to determine whether or not they are documented.
no, we don't have to do we do not have to determine whether they are undocumented. That information pretty much gets identified. It's just a reimbursement back to us because they're in the facility and we provide services to them.
Any?
So this grant has been around has it been since 2015, Director Banks Hall?
At least, I believe that the sheriff's office has been receiving these funds for almost 2 decades.
And what do we do exactly for that?
We just provide them like regular jail services, so they just see all of the services that are provided to all inmates. But the federal government has been reimbursing law enforcement agencies. It's just been a reimbursement back for the officer's salary, and that is why the funding goes into the general fund. So it's just a reimbursement because this is the services that we provide. So it's extra money for what we provide to them that fall in under this category.
Does everybody understand this? Or is it just me? Go ahead, Commissioner Garza.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a question.
Yes.
As it pertains to the language around incarcerating undocumented criminal immigrants.
Mhm.
So what exactly do we talk, what does that entail? So I guess that's my question when we're looking at this grant. Obviously, with a lot of what's happening currently with this current administration, what do we look at when you're talking about crimes, right? We're seeing immigrants picked up for just existing. So what are we talking about? Are they actually being charged with felonies, misdemeanors? What does that look like when we're talking about incarcerating undocumented immigrants and labeling them as criminals? I'm really curious to see what that actually entails.
So Director Banks Hall, please stop me if I'm speaking incorrectly. But from my understanding, we do not know when they come through the doors if they actually have a visa or not. And we don't provide that information to the federal government. So it's just a, if you will, a general amount that every year we have a program that goes out and seek this grant for us, and we receive these funds. So it is just housing inmates, as they say, undocumented, without the visa, and we're providing the services for them. So Director Banks Hall, am I correct in what
That
I've
is-
communicated?
That is correct.
To answer your question.
That does for now, Madam Chair.
And if
I
you
might
have
have another.
additional, if you have additional questions, we will research it and send you an email with that information.
Yeah, I guess one of the things that, since this is bringing it up, I think we just have to look at, especially what's happening with the federal policy now, and just how are we, going along with that? Are we participating in these new, a lot of folks say unconstitutional detainments, things like that. I just want to make sure we're not contributing and exacerbating the problems that we're seeing across the country. So I just want to make sure we're not part of that.
I can assure you that we are not.
I hope so, and I
We're not.
appreciate that.
We have not detained anyone, as ICE have went through. We are not a part of that at all.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
That is correct.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That answers my question.
And I agree with you. We have to be vigilant
Mhm.
that we're not providing resources to get involved with what's going on nationally. Okay. Who else? Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to go along with that, this is something that we have approved before, and it's till December of 2025, but has there been any communications that we will receive these grant monies? Or if things have been taken away because of the new administration?
Nothing has been taken away thus far that we're dealing with.
I think we would appreciate knowing if
Yes.
things are happening in this committee, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So, do I have a motion on this one? All right.
Support.
Been properly moved and supported. That we approve this. If there are no questions, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a 4-year grant award with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance for the fiscal year 2024 Edward Berry Memorial Justice Assistance Grant Program.
Okay.
This that we have before you is a JAG grant in the amount of $1,282,833 for 15 municipal police departments. And we act in an administrative role dispersing the funds. We have IAGs with these communities to release the funds to them. And this all goes for training, support, equipment, outreach, and grant administration for us.
And then we've had this before.
We could have JAG grants all the time. And they fund some of our salaries and equipments for our staff.
Okay. Any more questions on this?
And no match is required.
I saw that. Any other questions? Okay.
I'll move for approval.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Dobbs, supported by Commissioner Clemente. If there are no questions, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with Schoolcraft College to provide police recruit academy training for 5 Wayne County Sheriff recruits.
This one kind of, I kind of have a problem with it because it's always retroactive, and not just a little retroactive, but sometimes the training has already taken place. And before it comes before this, and I have indicated in previous meetings that there ought to be a way, and I know that, first of all, I know that by contract,
Mhm.
we have to provide X amount of officers to go to this school by union contract. But it just seems like there ought to be a better way to do this than for it to come to us so late, especially in some instances where when the officers have already completed the program.
Yes. So I can speak on this.
Okay,
This will be
please.
the last time
I hope so.
that you will see it this way. Going forward for the next fiscal year, as far as Schoolcraft's fiscal year, which is July 1st through June 30th, we will start our contract and it'll be for 1 year for the encompass both terms. So we're not starting a contract every term. So we have to wait. We'll start that soon once they get their new tuition rates, because this is what the holdup is. A lot of times we're waiting on what the rates are. So once they get their new tuition rates, what will be for July 1st of 2025 this year, we'll start on the contract and it'll be for the entire year. We'll have to bring it before you just one time. And then we can have a contract in place before the recruits actually start the academy and graduate. That's what we're looking to do the next time around.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Hold me to it.
Okay, so how many officers? Oh, there were 15?
There's 5
How many?
recruits.
5?
5.
There were 5 officers who enrolled in this training program. And when they come out of this, they will have what?
There'll be actual police. No longer corrections officers, but they'll be police.
Okay. Okay. There's a name for it. Now,
MCOs.
what is it?
MCOs.
MCO,
MCO
yes.
certified.
They'll be MCOs certified.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. We have no other comments. I'll take a
Make a
motion.
motion to approve.
Properly moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Wilson. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Next item.
Item 8, forwarding notification of an emergency procurement report for a contract with Allied Waste Systems, Inc., DBA Republic Services, to pay outstanding invoices for trash removal services needed for the Sheriff's Office mounted unit.
To what?
This will be an emergency procurement. This is a receiving file.
This is receiving 5. Okay. I'm told that this was an emergency contract.
Yes.
They had to remove some poop.
Yes. A lot.
It's horses, the horse, yeah.
Horses.
Yeah.
Our mounted unit, yes.
Okay. Any questions on this item? So this is receiving file. This is not action. Right?
Yep, still reads motion and second receiving file.
Okay.
Board.
All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those opposed, we'll send them out there and let them remove it. Okay, the motion, no, it's not a motion, it's a receiving file, passes. Next item.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 2 to a 3-year purchase order with 2 1-year options to renew with Imperial Date DBA Ally Eagle for jail cleaning supplies.
Okay,
So this that we have before you is to exercise our final option to renew this contract with Allied Eagle Supply for cleaning supplies and also consumables. Although we're at CJC and we do have a cleaning company there, Friedman, the property managers, they do not take care of our actual housing units. They clean more of the administration part of the jail. So this will allow us to continue to purchase the toilet paper, paper towels, consumables, and cleaning supplies that's needed for the jail itself, inside the jail, the pods.
Wait, now say that about Friedman again, because I thought that.
Friedman's contract is not to handle purchasing of the consumables for our adult facility. It is more for the administration building and, if you will, the common areas.
Okay. All right. And this contract is, you said this is the last,
This is our last option to
Option
renew. Yes,
to
so
renew.
we would have to go forward with a new contract the next time.
so we will be going for a new contract.
More than likely, yes.
Okay. Any questions?
Move for approval.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Dobb, supported by Commissioner Wilson. If there are no questions on this motion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Those opposed, the motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Renita.
Good job.
Okay, next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've not been informed of any.
G, public comments.
Okay. Would you please unmute the lines?
The lines are unmuted.
Okay, it is now time for public comments. If you have any comments at this time, either via Zoom or if you're here in the office here, or on the phone. If you have any comments. Oh, I thought. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, if there's anyone here in the chamber or on the phone or on Zoom, if you have a comment at this time, you please make it. Second call for public comment, either via Zoom or a phone. If you have a comment or here in the chamber, please make it at this time. Last and final call for public comment. Madam Clerk, do you have any emails?
No emails were received.
Okay. All right, at this point, public comment, the public comment period is over. So next item,
Adjournment.
okay.